Hello everyone, this is Leo. I'm making a little video during my vacation time because, as I said on the webs, I do this for fun, so it's appropriate for vacation. I realized that the last video I made, there's a quick description of the PCs of my campaign in that video, and I recapped session 38. For those who don't know my channel, I do all sorts of videos about the Symbaroum game from Free League. It's a very good game in a dark and gritty Nordic atmosphere. And so I'm going to do shorter videos, more focus in each video. This video will be about just recapping session 39, since the last one was session 38. If you wonder who the PCs of this campaign are, you can go watch the last video. I think it's at 14 minutes or so. There's a PC recap and there's show notes, so you can find it easily. So I won't go over the PCs right now. I'll just go on my Roll20 and open up the the session report. It's in French, but it'll help me remind myself of what happened. A lot has happened since then. So when session 38 finished, Mirizine and Beau had an encounter in the snow against Edragar, which is one of the men of Dolani, the sellsword of the sun. And so they got seen by the sellswords, they fled, they went to the shop of Edogai, and there they met with Vilde and Mikariol and Edogai. What just happened? Edogai told Beau and Mirizine that they had the official permission by the mayor to pursue this investigation. And Mikariol, the young mage from Alberator, suggests that they should go and try to grab them right away before they flee. So Beau, Mirizine, Vilde leave immediately from the shop that's near the Antiques Plaza, and they go up to Haloban's Ring, where the sellswords had their hideout in an abandoned house. And so they head there to try to intercept. Mikariol, the mage, takes his horse and rides to the temple to get his cousin, the Templar girl Lodome, to get some backup. When Mirizine, Beau, and Vilde, so it's the ogre, the goblin, and the barbarian, arrive in the alleyway, Edragar is holding watch while the others are getting their stuff inside and preparing to move. So Beau is spying on Edragar that is doing watch, and Edragar sees him. Edragar rushes in the alley, like a very, very narrow alley, through the snow to grab Beau, and succeeds to grab him using the hold action, and puts a sword under his throat. And he yells to the others inside the house, they're here! Mirizine, the barbarian, tries to attack. The man fails. Vilde throws a confusion power on the man that makes him very vulnerable. And Mirizine uses the knockout action and knocks him out. Two young guys that are close to the house and that just arrived as Edragar was being beaten upon, they follow up. They start fighting in the alleyway, and then others arrive by the street. So it becomes a pretty confused situation. The barbarian disarms one. They still don't want to kill too many of those kids, because the sellswords of the sun are basically young lads that are very devout and that have been enrolled in this kind of vigilante Prios mercenary company. And so Vilde tries to tell them that they have the authority of the mayor, that they must throw down their weapons and blah blah blah, and then they start yelling for the watch. But basically the sellswords flee. There's the one, the Edragar, that was knocked out. He's of course taken prisoner, and they once the young ones have left, the group decides to explore the hideout house. And the only thing of note that they find in this abandoned house, it was a house that was crossed with a white cross, because some people had some kind of plague or malady inside this house, so it was condemned for a year or so to let the malady leave the house. So they come into this house, and they in the basement they find some powder, yellow powder and mixtures, and basically the sellswords were mixing their own paint to do their graffitis in the city. The guards arrive at this point, and Micariol and Lodemé arrive from the temple. They give Edragar, the prisoner, to the guards, and everybody goes back to the shop. They start talking about what they found. Edogai says that there is a goblin making tinctures and colors in Carabadox, and that this could be a lead. At this point, they don't know where the sellswords are really hiding out. They only have this, they sort of broke in this hideout, but it's clearly not their main base. So they're trying to find a way to know more. I wanted at that point, I put that character in Carabadox because I wanted to bring them to Carabadox to give the goblin player an opportunity to shine, but they didn't go in the end. Lodemé, the Templar, goes to see Deceba the Ancient of the Old at the temple. And Deceba says that Dolani is not a known person here in Thistlehold. He's not a member of the church. He's not a member of the Black Cloaks. So she says, I will write to Indaros to try to know more about him. She suggests to Lodemé that she should lay in wait and capture the mercenaries of the sun, the sellswords of the sun, if they act again. The most important thing would be to check on Father Sarvola, because Father Sarvola is deliberately ignoring danger that he is facing with his people. So that's an important point, because later on things will happen and it won't be good for Lodemé. Beau, after that there was just minor stuff. They had found a little chest in the ruins of the Vale, of the Blooming Vale. So they hire a locksmith, comes to the guy's place, opens the box, and they find inside a wooden pipe with ivory and silver, with like the bust of a lady on the pipe. And it's clearly a magical object. It's not a powerful one, but it has some effects. It gives a +2 to all tests that are related to divining. So the ritual clairvoyance being an example. Lodemé, Mirezin, and Beau then decide to go to the prison that is in the guard compound in the south of the city, to interrogate Edragar. Lodemé tells him that if he doesn't talk, she will give him to Pergalo. And Pergalo is a renowned torturer, a very sick man. He's the torturer he's one of the watch captains and the lead torturer of the prison. And Edragar knows him by reputation. And so Edragar freaks out, and he gives them the description of another house in the east of the city, not so far from where they did the first stakeout, that himself and Dolani and a few other higher-ups in the sellswords are using as a base. Lodemé promises to Edragar to ask the mayor for some clemency in his regard, because he was cooperating. Fun fact, he lied. He did send them near. That was maybe a weird idea, but he was stressed out, so he sent them to another house that is abandoned with an X on the door. That happens to be across the way from the real house that Dolani uses. So Edragar there was hoping that Dolani would see the characters investigate the house on the other side of the road, and would understand that he needs to get clear of that house and move to some other place. But Edragar was acting under pressure, and he just did a gut decision. So that's how the session 39 ends. We're still on the 17th day of Morangal in the year 21, and the session ends once Edragar has spilled the beans, or so they think. I will continue. I'll make a next video on the next sessions. We're actually, right now, we are at session 45. So we're playing session 46 in a few days. So I still have quite a few to make. I will make them. I know some of you are following this story, so I will keep on doing those. I make them in a very simple environment with very simple means, so it won't. Yeah, it'll be what it is. If you want to support this channel, please move on to Drive Through RPG. Go check out Playing with Goblins, an adventure that I wrote. We're at, I think, 95 sales. We're like 5 sales away from the silver status, so that would be a really nice thing. And if you and the other ways of maybe giving a hand is you can head on over to NotreCinémaMaison.com. One of you has already found the place, so it's I'll put the link in the show notes. So basically, it's the website I have for my filmic adventures, and you can donate a bit of money there if you want. So thanks for being there again. It's very fun sharing with everybody about this great game. I've had a lot of work lately, so I stopped making videos for a while because when I work, I'm shooting for TV, and that is very time consuming and mind consuming, so I can't really produce anything else at the same time. So bear with me for that, but I will try to make shorter videos so I can make them easily and quickly. So there you go. So thanks for being there, and keep on gaming. Bye bye.